So you can, your users need data, say, and you don't necessarily want them going, or they don't want to go into analytics to get it. Let's go. So there are different ways you can push the reports out to people dynamically without them having to run the report. I'm going to show you the two ways that I have figured out and tested how to do that. There probably are other ways, but this is what I can show. I'm going to show how to subscribe users to a report that they'll receive emailed to them, or how to embed analyses as widgets on the Alma dashboard. My disclaimer is you need a certain role to be able to do the setup that I'm going to show you. It's I think you all have design analytics role. You might need like analytics manager or some higher role. So it's, you know, talk to your systems person if you want them to do this for you, or maybe give you permission to be able to do these things yourself. So step one is obviously you need a report that works and you know you can trust and you want to share with people. So design your report first. To make it a subscribed report or a widget, you need to copy it from its original place, which will be your folders, into the under shared your libraries folder, and then in the reports subfolder of that. So the example I did from my office was this budget summary, which I have here, but I also put, like, once I tested it, it's good in here, then I copy the exact same thing into here. And that's where Alma will look for it when you set up the configuration. So then you go into Alma itself. Now, how am I going to do that? Are we in Alma? Help me out here. How do I get into Alma?
Do you want me to sign in again?
You might
want to be in yours, or?
Oh, if you could get into mine, but how would that work? I would need to know my user ID or something.
Yeah.
Or no, how can you?
You can be signed into email.
I can't do that here though, can
I? Yeah, I did.
I? Oh, really? All right. So what's the Alma link?
CTW-CC. Actually, just go back a bit and start typing again. You'll see the Trinity URL, and you'll just change it.
Oh.
CTW-CC.
I want the SAML one.
Do you use SAML for authentication again? I think you do.
You probably don't want the SAML one, because that's
gonna be the
through and change the URL to something.
Yeah, I went to the shibboleth. That's all right. I can probably do it in yours. Like, can you log in as you? Or?
Yeah. Or let's see. Oh, just all right.
Alright, that's good. Alright. So step one was copying a report into that shared folder under your institution. Then someone needs to go here under analytics to this analytics object list and add a new analytics object. All right, most of these fields are required. I guess here's all the possible places it could go to look for a report. This is what I was showing you before. just the general reports folder for your institution. So this should be everything that's in there now. So say, for example, we want to subscribe people to patrons, fines, and fees. So you're selecting, that's the report you want, it's in there. Name it something, and you're going to make it a scheduled report. So it's going to be emailed to people. You can have it, it's going to be emailed as an attachment. You select your format, PDF, text, file, or Excel, say Excel. It has to be active for it to run, and you can have it sent out monthly, weekly, or daily. So if it's something you want every day, you can say every day at 7. This email notification, don't get confused, is not who it's getting emailed to. It's a notice of when the report ran. So like if you personally want to know every time this runs, you can put your own email address in there, and it'll just say such and such scheduled report ran successfully or failed. That's all that is. I don't think you need to add a role for this. I think that's more for the widgets, which I'll show you in a second. So double check everything looks good. Save it. Oh, look at that. You do need a role. Okay, so let's just say you want that to go to the circ desk operator. Now can I save? Okay, so this is your list, takes you back to your list of analytics objects. It tells you it's scheduled to run every day, it's active, and then under this thing is where you would tell it who to go to. Manage subscription. And you can either add this by like look up someone, and automatically if the email is on their patron record, it'll go ahead and do that. Or you can add just by email address. Okay, but I'll give it one user. Remind me to delete this later. Or I won't even, I'll just pretend I saved it. And you can have a whole list of people that this will go to daily. So I will not save. That's how you set it up. And basically what it does is, oops. That's that slide showing you what I just did. How to add the email addresses, manage subscription. And I have one of these set up for our school, which is the budget snapshot. And it just, oops, goes in your email as an attachment. So it's pretty cool. And then I used to have to remember to run this every month for people, but now I have it automated so people just get the fund list of their fund expenditures. So that's pretty cool. Now the other way, that's a variation on that, is to what Fred was asking about, is how to put something on your dashboard. Same thing, start with a good report, share it into the same place, and you go back to the same screen. Analytics object list, add a new analytics object. Same thing I just did, browse through here to that location, find the report you want that's in that location, give it a name, and this time you select widget. And this is optional, but you can give it a description. Add a role. So this time the role is tied to the person that's logging in. So if you are circulation desk manager, or whoever else is defined here, when you go into your Alma, you'll see that as an option. So I'm talking about right here under Manage Widgets. If you haven't done this yet, these are all the things you can put onto your dashboard. So say that's the one I just added, then the person with that role could then select it. And it'll, yeah, that happens sometimes. It'll show up just on their dashboard. So like one of these I have that we use is for cataloging. Archives uses session numbers, and sometimes when you haven't done one in a while, you don't remember the last number you used. So we have a report, catalogers do that. It just shows you, oh yeah, this was the last session number. It's just a simple report, and you can just look at it at a glance without having to like go into analytics and run a report every time you want to see what the last number was.
Joe, can you go back to the analytics
Yes.
object list? So how do you, so I don't see that.
All right, because you don't have the role. Yeah.
Right, okay.
So that's the thing, like, maybe you just want this once in a blue moon. Like in your case, you might be better off just asking me to do this for you. But if you want to be like getting into this, adding widgets and like emailing people stuff, then yeah, we can. I don't see any reason not to give you the role if it seems like you know what you're doing. So, but if you notice, I mean, I'm just showing you two things. Emailing a report as an attachment and adding a widget. You can also, like, I could have created a dashboard. You can add a dashboard to your dashboard. You know, the dashboards that Rebecca showed can be embedded on your Alma home screen. They call that a dashboard too. You can schedule dashboards. So there's different things to do, but those are the two that I know how to do. Did that make sense? Okay. I think that's it.